From the Super Speedway at Daytona 2 weeks ago to last week at the intermediate track in Atlanta to now short track racing in the Commonwealth of Virtual Richmond, Virginia. We're set for round number 3 in season 2 of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Tonight, Richmond Raceway, 200 laps on a 3/4 mile. Good evening, I'm Wesley Outland, the voice of the Northwest Racing Series. Joined alongside from Spokane, Washington is Greg Rance. In the production chair is Charles Wooten in Texas. And right now, Greg, we have qualifying on track. These drivers not wasting any time to put down the best lap for the 200 lap battle later tonight.
Right now, that top spot is held by Justin Yee in the number 66, but here comes a guy with a win already this season, Steven Paulison, the Daytona winner, already getting that win to start the season off, and here he is leading the way. Wesley, already in this season, 2 races in the books and 2 first-time winners in this series so far, as Paulison goes a 21.724. We'll see where that puts him, right around 13th position. So Paulison with a nice qualifying lap to be up there in the top 15. But Wesley, 2 first-time winners to start the year off in the Cup Series, and looking up at the front, there's kind of a healthy mix of drivers looking for their first win and some heavy hitters up there in the top 10.
So Paulison was the Daytona winner. Of course, there you see now Briar Reynolds in the number 12 machine coming down pit road. It's qualifying underway right now. Justin Yee at the top of the board. Last week at Atlanta, it was Lake Peterson who picked up the win and from the pole. And he is right now, by surprise, not present tonight. He is not here. Winner last week, not in attendance, Greg.
So that's definitely interesting, Wesley, to have the guy who picked up his first career win in rather dominating fashion from the sounds of it last week. Remember, of course, I was not there last week, had the issues going on with all the other stuff in life. Just needed to take a day to just kind of unplug and everything. But Lake Peterson dominated that race, led 108 of the 167 laps to put it on the pole, or put it on the board. His teammate Justin Yee, though, he led 33 laps that night, and here he is getting set to pick up right where his teammate left off. Justin Yee looks like is on the pole as the track is closed. There is still 19 minutes left on the timer for qualifying, but the track is closed. That is it. They are now in their drivers' meeting. Qualifying is in the books. Justin Yee on the pole.
So Justin Yee on the pole again, as you mentioned, 21.501 seconds for the driver of the number. He will be the driver that everybody will be gunning for here up later tonight when they drop the green flag here for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series Round 3. Let's take a look at the Race 411 presented by Race on Texas. By the way, the new racing season is here in 2021. Go to raceontexas.com and become a subscriber of the Track Pass program, where you can be able to see multiple racing events across Texas in the Arklatex area. So let's just say Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas. They got you covered. RaceOnTexas.com. So 1 hour practice is done. Qualifying has just wrapped up. Justin Yee is the man that's the fast qualifier. And coming up after the conclusion of the drivers' meeting, these drivers will go for a double century grind around the 3/4 mile Richmond Raceway, 200 laps. And Greg, Richmond could be a wreck fest here tonight. It could be the long green flag runs that we could see. It's possibly green flag pit stops under the scenario too. And then we could see a mixture of both. It just does not, we really don't know what Richmond will do tonight.
It's definitely going to be interesting to watch it unfold, Wesley, because just like you mentioned, this track is notorious for both. You can have rough going here at Richmond. You can have cautions breeding cautions every 5 laps or so, or this race is 200 laps. We could legitimately see this race go caution free. Personal best that I've announced at Richmond was a 170 green flag run at this racetrack in a 200 lap race. So I won't be surprised with with either, honestly. So really there's no surprise of how this race is going to go from an overall flow of the race perspective. More or less, it's just what's going to happen as far as the drivers go, who's going to make their way up to the front, who's going to fall to the back. That's the surprise we're watching for, because really, when it comes to Richmond, nothing really surprises you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, let's take a look at the weather conditions right now, presented by sawblade.com. Bottom right of your monitor, there it is. 79 degrees, track temp 78 degrees, ambient temperature pretty much about the same. Wind speed and blowing at 8 miles an hour virtually. Partly cloudy skies, and yes, we will be running from the transition of nightfall coming in after, of course, sunset. Right now, nightfall. This race getting ready to cut the lights on. They'll be illuminated around the track, and it will be a night race. It will finish under the lights when this race concludes. Richmond Raceway, 3/4 mile track. We saw a humdinger wild show back in last year during the playoffs. I think we'll see the same thing. And by the way, tonight the Cup cars are on the racetrack. Wednesday night, we got you covered on LSRTV and CRN Sports for coverage of the trucks here at the Richmond Raceway as well. Understanding we're about 6 minutes away until the conclusion of the drivers' meeting, and we're ready to go here for this event. And I'll tell you what, to be honest with you, Greg, we have seen some fantastic racing the last couple of weeks to open up the season. There's just such a hunger for all of these competitors, great car counts along the way. And yes, you're exactly right, AK Robbie. Richmond is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. The famous quote from Forrest Gump is exactly, Greg, the way this racetrack is.
Yeah, and this race is going to be... It's going to be wild here tonight, Wesley. Like, going back to what you were talking about there with the way the series has gone so far this season, it has been exactly what you said. It's been unpredictable. It's been incredible to watch. We've had 40-plus cars in both races thus far. A little bit shy of 40 tonight. By my count, we've got 36 in the field tonight, but still 36 cars for a 3/4 mile oval. This is still going to be one heck of a show. 36 cars being the smallest count of the season. We can remember back when 36 cars was the biggest count of the season. So 36 cars being the smallest count, that shows you just how competitive this series is. And going back to what we talked about earlier, the 2 first-time winners to start it off has really added to competitiveness of the series, because now you're starting to see more drivers make their way up into that competitive nature, as opposed to the normal heavy hitters, your Stabnows, your Brightsmans, your West family, and so on and so on. Guys that we're used to seeing up front. Yes, Dan West Jr. has that truck win this year, but kind of been struggling on the Cup side. The parity of this field, that's the word I was looking for, has really, really come up big here in these first couple of races.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're definitely going to see what goes on here, how everything untails for these drivers. Again, we are preparing for just this drivers meeting to wrap up. And when it does, we will go into 200 laps of racing here tonight for the drivers of the, of course, Northwest iRacing Series. And it's the Cup cars on the racetrack. Again, 200 laps on the 3/4 mile. Should be an exciting event as we get it ready to go here for you on your home for sim racing, LSRTV, and for those that are also watching live on LSRTV or listening at CRN Sports at wearecrn.com. By the way, if you're interested in doing what me and Greg do, or what Charles does in production, looking to get into producing or announcing, message us on Facebook or at livesimracing.com. We will get you in contact with the proper people to be a part of your home for sim racing and the voice of sim racing as well. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hopefully have that ComServe Wireless starting lineup set. We get ready for 200 laps of racing. Round 3, the Northwest iRacing Cup Series from Richmond Raceway. Back with more in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back here at the Richmond Raceway, getting ready for again 100 laps of racing here tonight for the drivers of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Greg Wentz, Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten in production, and we are ready to go on this Monday evening, round number 3. And I know it says round 4. We count round 4 as round 1 being the that we did for the season, but again, the first points race was the Daytona 225, and now we are down the stretch here with race 3 of the season. Now here we go, 2 different winners, 2 races. I got you. Okay, so with that being said, Greg, I understand you've got some interesting stats from the best of the Northwest Cup Series at Richmond.
Yeah, let's looking over the 2 previous Cup races at Richmond. Seth Frazier, the defending winner of this race, led 9 laps. But this is something that caught my eye. In this race, the spring Richmond race last year, Dan West Jr. led the most laps at 103 laps, just over halfway. In the Richmond race in the fall, which was in the playoffs, his son Devin, who won the race, he was leading 40 laps. Caden Anderson led the most laps, 104. So it looks like our trend is the guy who leads the most laps is going to lead just over half the race, but neither of those drivers, Caden Anderson last year or Dan West Jr. in the spring last year, neither of those visited victory lane. So perhaps you don't want to be the one leading the most laps, as both drivers who won the race led less than 50 laps. It's all about being in the right place at the right time.
Hey, after 2 races right now, let's take a look at the point standings for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Lake Peterson, by virtue of a 2 top 10 finishes and a top 5 with a win last Monday night at Atlanta, is the points leader. He has a 7-point lead over Sean Brightsman, who has 1 top 10 finish. Bill Ross Jr., crazy part, 1 top 5, 1 top 10 for him, currently sits 14 points back. There is a 3-way tie race for 3rd, including Bill Ross Jr., Joshua Marcy, James Vining, the Catman. What an awesome job he's doing this year. Currently one of the 3 drivers fighting for 3rd in the point standings. Then you move to position number 6. Jeff Stabnow, after the bad luck in the Cup race, he's climbed up with a solid top 10 finish last week at Atlanta to be now just 16 points behind the leader. In 6th, Ricky Bozier is 7th in the standings, 17 back, tied also with Cole Raz, who was recently this afternoon announced as one of the finalists of the Alan Kowicki Driver Development Program in real life. He is currently 7th. Dan West Jr., the Cup Series truck champion of last year, is 9th. Kenneth Garber, KC Garber, tied with Dan West Jr. in the top 10, Greg, for the points.
So that's how it's shaking down in the top 10. And Wesley, there are a couple of surprises up there in the top 10. Mainly for me, it's James Vining. You mentioned it. He is having a spectacular start to the season here tonight in the 333. However, Wesley, as I look through the roster, he's not here tonight in the 333. The Catman not making the call for tonight's Cup race here at Richmond. That is going to take a massive hit. So we are going to see a big shakeup here. 2 drivers in the top 10 are not here tonight. James Vining and Cole Raz, both not here tonight. And as I look through, make it 3. Ricky Bozier in the 42.
Lake Peterson.
Never mind. Yeah, Lake Peterson, the points leader, not here.
Lake Peterson's
so, yes,
not here either
drivers.
as well. The winner last weekend. Yeah, I can't believe that. But
and points leader not here. So the good news is they have drop races, and this will most likely be one of their drop races as we move forward. But definitely going to see that top 10 overall have a big shakeup here tonight with how this one's going to unfold. We're getting set to grid, so it's almost time to turn it into the hands of Justin Yee as he's going to lead 36 drivers here to the green flag.
36 drivers ready to go to battle. Crank up lineup music. It is time for the ComServe Wireless starting lineup for round number 3 of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series at Richmond, as the field will be getting gridded here very soon. Starting lineup getting ready to pop up, and we will give you the lineup here. We're going to try to knock it out really quickly here. I think Richmond gets 2 laps under caution before the green flag. Yes. So we do have a chance of knocking it out here. Starting lineup, ComServe Wireless, Justin Yee on the pole. To the outside, Kevin Smith for the 00. Row number 2, we'll find Dan West Jr. in the 55. Jeff Stapp now the 24. He'll start 4th. Row number 3, Caden Anderson the 37, and Seth Frazier in 32. Row number 4, we'll find Casey Garber in the 94, Brett Johnson in the number 7. Then it's going to be row number 4, row 5 to the top 10, Joshua Marcy in the 35, Sean Breitzman in 46. We'll go 8 by 8, Greg. Row number 6, we'll find the drivers of Bill Ross Jr. in the 17, followed by Dylan Huffines in the number 20. Row 7, we'll find Stephen Pauliston, Daytona winner, 58. Christopher White in the 83. In row 7, also to the outside. Row 8, Dan Lowther in the 63. Stephen O'Hare in the 41. In row number 9, we'll find for the first half of the field, Frank Harrison, 11. Briar Reynolds in the number 12.
Going to find Ricky Bozer, top 10 in the number 42, rolling off 19th with Ryan Maines in 20th. Taylor Larson, rookie on the season, will start 21st with Judd Wakefield rolling off in the 22nd spot. He's had a couple good runs in the trucks, looking to transfer it over to the Cup cars now. John Ottenbacher, a former winner in truck competition, alongside Eric Cheney in 24th position. Troy Daggett, new member of Team Ramrod, rookie for Team Ramrod tonight in the 67, rolls alongside his Team Ramrod teammate Daryl Tiderick in the 45 in 26th. Daytona winner last year, Corey Walters, starts 27th. Martin Tolmick will start in the 28th position. Casey Tillman and Fatback Bryce Clark round out the top 30. Just 3 more rows to go, so we'll wrap it up here as the field begins to roll. Wayne Rick, 31st, final car to take time. Scott Mann in the 90, 32nd, just taking a provisional. Other drivers on the provisional include James Thurston, Tyler King, who had connection issues right after qualifying, so we'll keep an eye on that. Final 2 drivers on the field, BJ Tiderick and Scott Hutchinson, who, Wesley, was the winner of the inaugural Northwest ARCA Series race on Friday.
And we're going to try to cover some of the Northwest ARCA Series events for special events throughout the season on LSRTV and Sierra Sports whenever they warrant. Obviously, we can't cover the entire series because of obviously our real life motorsports or broadcast obligations, but our plan is to hopefully cover some big races that the ARCA program has on Friday night. No doubt about it, Greg, as the field gets one to go here at the start finish line. We enjoy calling iRacing ARCA broadcasts.
Well, you have fun with the call of those races because I'm actually going to be competing in that series. I'm looking forward to finally getting to race with a bunch of these guys. Didn't get to race this past Friday night. Had some uncle duties to get to and take care of, so didn't get to run in the season opener, but we'll be out there soon enough. But Wesley, we're coming to green because the lights are out on the iRacing sedan.
That's right. The iRacing pace car lights are off, ready, drop onto the pit lane. It is short track racing style in round 3 of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. The pace car dips onto the pit lane between turns number 3 and 4. Here comes the cavalry in their kaleidoscope of colors. Virtually 36 charter members of the Fraternal Order of Virtual Go Fast. Pick up speed. We are kicking the asphalt. Green flag at Richmond. Underway here at Richmond. A little scare for a moment by the defending series champion of Sean Brightsman. He keeps on going. No caution. We're underway. Opening laps. Working lap number 5. Next time by, it is currently Justin Yee out in front of the 66. Craig Safal, we got trouble.
Caution. Dan Lowther's involved. Jeff Stab now going around in the number 24 under caution for the first time here tonight, working lap number 4. Oh, Wesley, remember the truck race here in the fall? Caden Anderson and Jeff Stab now, they had some contact in the truck race. Anderson looks like he's going to get by this time, so it looks like we're all clear there. Kevin Smith behind him, and there's the contact.
Yeah, there's the culprit there. Kevin Smith
and
there's
Dan Lowther piling in.
Tough break for Dan Lowther, also involved in 6-3. Jeff Stab now had a bad race at Daytona, decent run at Atlanta. By the way, aerial coverage presented by All American Pools. We got to paint a picture, though, on CRN for those that are listening. And Greg, basically, Kevin Smith down to the inside of Stab now, hooked the left rear, and around went the 24.
A tough break there for Stab now, and the good news is for Stab now and Dan Lowther, especially Lowther because he got the damage to the nose. The good news is they do have a fast repair available to them here tonight. 4 sets of tires on pit road, plus the 4 Goodyear Eagles that they started the race on, making 5 sets of tires here tonight, plus a fast repair. Wesley, plenty of opportunities to come down pit road and get yourself ready for the next run.
Yeah, that's very true, as we are under the caution flag here with the accident involving Justin Yee. Justin Yee in that 66 out in front, the leader right now. And what I was going to say before we had the caution with Stab now and Lowther, Greg, I suffice to say Justin Yee wants redemption on the series, especially after losing himself to Lake Peterson, his teammate, in the closing laps of Atlanta last Monday night.
And Wesley, he's relatively new to the series as well in that number 66. But ever since joining the series near the tail end of the season last year, he has been remarkable, shown a lot of speed. And really, once his teammate Lake Peterson joined, it was up another level for Justin Yee. He was always fast in his starts in the Northwest Racing Series last year. His teammate joining the fray, that really seemed to bump up his confidence even more. And it is showing right here with a pole at a very tricky racetrack. Richmond is not an easy track to wheel around. And Justin Yee in the number 66 leading the way thus far. But I agree with Travis Barnes in the chat right now, Wesley. I think this race is going to fall into the hands of the guys who specialize in short track racing. I think you're going to see the guys from the Northwest Tour, the Super Late Model Series we broadcasted over the winter. I think you're going to see them make their way towards the front by the end of this one.
Looking forward to having them make their presence felt for sure. Man, the car counts have been phenomenal the last couple of weeks. Tonight down 40 at 36 tonight, but last week I think we had 56 attempt for Daytona. We started 43, started 42 last week at Atlanta, and now we have 36 drivers. So they're in the restart zone, the Geico restart zone. Green flag going back in the air. Back to racing again here. And Stab now trying to pick up where he left off and get something started. He's around Seth
Unfortunately, things didn't
couple other cars.
Things didn't work out for Stab now right there, Wesley. He kind of got pinned a lap down, was trying to fall to the back to get in line, but the green flag was already out, so Stab now was not in his position yet. Kind of surprised that it wasn't extended, but that's how it goes. The good news for Stab now is he is the only driver 1 lap down now, so another quick caution, and he would get right back on the lead lap. I'm watching the march, though, of the 46 of Brightsman. He fell all the way back to 36th position, which is the final position in the field with that little spin earlier in the race. He's already back up to 30th right now as Bryce Clark really goes wide in the number 93 alongside him. So Brightsman beginning his charge back to defending Cup Series champion as you watch Stab now just try to work his way back. There's Brightsman in the 46.
They work their way off the corner as again out in front is Yee, still leading the way, followed by Dan West Jr. in the 55 machine. He's in second, third spot. Brightsman, as Greg mentioned. Got these other cars out. Dan West Jr. fighting that car a little bit as they exit off of 2. Had to save it there. Was dirt tracking it. He's dirt tracking it again coming off of 4. Wow.
Dan West Jr., that dirt track background coming in handy for him right here in that number 55. Caden Anderson, though, 2 wins on the season last year in that number 37, doing a nice job so far. Up to 3rd after starting 5th. He's up 2 spots, but watch the guy in 4th right behind Anderson. As you go on board with West Jr., you see that purple car lurking back there? That's Seth Frazier, the defending winner of this race. No doubt he wants to go back-to-back and get that first win of the season.
So right now, Justin Yee leads the way, followed by Dan West Jr. And Anderson has moved his way up the 3rd of the 37 machine, followed by Casey Garber in the top 5. Then it's Smith, Johnson, Huffines, Marcy, and White currently your top 10. By the way, the top 20 will stay in real time from Yee to Larson. Then from 21st on back to 36th. As you're riding on board with Seth Frazier, you will see the top 5 change on the scoring ticker. Underway here at the Richmond Raceway in the opening laps, lap 18 now of 200. And again, currently for the moment, we have an awesome opportunity for the drivers to see if we can see a third different winner on the series as we approach lap 15 complete. And Greg, again, this series has been ridden really competitive this year. It could be anybody could win in this field tonight. Anybody.
You know who I'm watching is the guy who won the truck race in Atlanta on Wednesday night. I'm watching Casey Garber. He started 7th and is up to 4th. He just got around Seth Frazier right there in that new look number 94 Garber's Garage Chevy Camaro, doing a very nice job so far. He has shown a lot of speed both in the trucks and in the Cup, and getting that win on Wednesday night in the trucks has really elevated it. Excuse me, he's in a Mustang this week. So used to seeing him in a Camaro. He's in a Mustang this week. So Casey Garber with a new look, new manufacturer on the number 94, and here he is up in the 4th position, trying to reel in Anderson, West, and Yee. Got his first Northwest Racing Series victory on Wednesday in the trucks. Now looking for that first Cup win of the year, and to try to join that list of drivers who have won in both truck and Cup competition.
So to the back straight away, you see Garber coming off of that momentum of winning the truck race at Atlanta on third Wednesday night. By the way, the Northwest iRacing Truck Series will be in action here at Richmond on Wednesday night. And that's the man that everybody will be gunning for. Along with that number 50 machine right there, checking him out, seeing what he's got going on around the racetrack. 50-50, actually, is Mr. Moneybags. That's like our producer says, get your 50. That's actually Lakefield there, actually. My apologies. It's a 50-50 machine on the racetrack, and that's Judd Wakefield.
Maybe we should start doing 50-50.
He's car number 5, not 50-50, but we just call him 50-50.
Maybe we should start doing 50-50 raffles on LSRTV. Maybe, you know, we figure out some way to make it work. Lucky fan takes home 50% of the money. We take home 50% of their money, and we call it good, right? Who needs a license? Our producer's saying we need a license. Who needs one of those?
Across the stripe, it's West and Anderson. Cat and mouse for the bridesmaid spot. That's for 2nd and 3rd. And to the back straightaway they go. So again, Richmond could be the opportunity of a caution flag fiesta, or just long green flag periods like I just mentioned, or it could be long green flag runs, green flag pit stops. You know, Greg, I think the last year we saw a race here at Richmond where it literally was calm the entire time until like the final 10 laps, and then all hell broke loose to the finish.
And that can very much play into Richmond as well. I've done a race here like that as well, where it was 170 laps green, and then we had 4 cautions in the final 30 laps. So a race at Richmond can flip on the drop of a dime. So you got to be careful and you got to be on guard here at Richmond. Caden Anderson has gotten around Dan West Jr. for the second spot. He's looking for some redemption after kind of a frustrating run at Richmond last year, looking for some redemption. A race that he feels he should have won, in which he led the most laps. Over half of the laps were given to the 37 of Anderson, but right now they've all been given to the 66 of Justin Yee, who leads the way right now, looking very strong here once again. But there's a couple guys I'm keeping an eye on as they try to work their way up through the top 10. I'm watching the in and out Chevy there, Josh Marcy, not just because I really want a double right now, but Josh Marcy in the 35, he has been quietly having some solid runs as well with Wesley. And remember, there was a couple times last year that we thought he was going to grab that first cup win, but unfortunately something went sour on the 35. Here he is having another nice top 10 run. CWR Chris White right behind him in the 83, 2 wins last year here in the number 83 Ford Mustang, was one of those guys who had a very strong regular season. And Wesley entering the playoffs last year, Chris White in the 83, you see him right there, third in line, the new Chris White Racing entry. Entering the playoffs, he was one of the championship favorites. Unfortunately, the first round just did not go his way, and he was out in the first round. He's looking for a bounce back as well in that 83 car.
So Justin Yee still continues to lead the way. Anderson in second spot, West in third, as we try to figure out what our producer's eating in the background. Garber is fourth, along with Frazier. What is it? Lemon drops? Well, at least it's not. At least it's not the other stuff that. There we go. Old-fashioned hard glaze. We're getting a radio play-by-play of what this is he's eating.
I like Doritos.
That's what it sounds like right now for everybody that's listening to the broadcast in our ear.
I thought that was funny.
No, that was me. That's the description of what Charles is doing.
I was gonna say, I thought that was Charles. Yeah.
That was perfect.
Oh, caution! Caution's out. Caution's out.
We got trouble. Yellow flag somewhere on the speedway. It's the 9, Corey Walters.
Napa 9, Corey Walters.
Corey Walters going around. And the 9 car, the Napa machine, had problems at Atlanta for Chase Elliott yesterday. And the Daytona winner of last year for the Cup Series, the number 9 of Corey Walters, having problems here at Richmond.
Who's around him? We got Tyler around him. I believe that's Troy Daggett. Oh, he just lost it.
He just lost it on his own. Napa know-how becomes Napa now as we go under caution for the second time here at Richmond.
Well, Corey Walters, he made history, Wesley. He was the first ever winner in Northwest Series history in that number 9 at Daytona last year. Hasn't been to victory lane since. However, as we come down pit road for the first time here tonight, we got pit stops coming your way.
Pit stop, as they say in the movie Cars. Here comes Cars onto the lane, including almost everybody in the top 25, top 25 for that matter. Justin Yee, Caden Anderson, Dan West Jr., Casey Garber, Seth Frazier, Johnson, Marcy, Huffine, Smith, White, Paulison, Reynolds, Bozier, O'Hare, Breitzman, all coming down to the pit lane, and they are taking almost everybody in the top 30 for that matter, Greg, coming to the pit lane. 4 tires and fuel for a lot of them. Some are taking 2 tires. Justin Yee roars out of the pit box, and he just beat Anderson out and give the lead to Daryl Tidrick. He did not pit in car number 45. That's why he will be in the lead, as well as Corey Walters. But Walters is the cause of the caution, so. But Tidrick is pitting now, so it's going to cycle back around, Greg, and give the lead back to Justin Yee, it looks like.
Yeah, and looking, I do not believe... Wow, he almost made it to the line. Yes, he did. He did cross the line in first, so Daryl Tidrick will get credit for a lap led. That was a quick pit stop, though, by the number 45 of Tidrick. He's down in the way in a couple of seconds. I don't believe he took tires.
So Justin Yee, Caden Anderson, Dan West Jr., Casey Garber, Seth Frazier right now, your top 5 as it stands on the racetrack again after that yellow flag. Justin Yee trying to get some redemption, if you will, after that bad luck last Monday night at Atlanta. He was literally battling. You're on with the car. inside the sedan pace car. Think the lights are off. He's going to scamper away from the field here. No,
Dan
we're still
Lowder
under
having
the
to
yellow
come back
flag.
down pit road in the 63. More problems for the 63 of Lowder. He did not take the fast repair, but he did receive a penalty on pit road. So he figured, you know what, I'm going to the back anyway. I'm going to come in and get a few more minutes of damage repaired on that number 63. Just trying to stay on the lead lap right now in that number 63. Unfortunately, he is pinned a lap down, so he figures nothing to lose. I'm going to come down and get some more damage repaired on that number 63, the Northwest Thunder in front Motorsports Team Ramrod Chevy Camaro. They're all chasing Justin Yee, who's led all but one lap thus far. Daryl Titterick staying out to get credit for a lap led. Lights off on the iRacing sedan, so we're getting set to go back racing here. Wesley going to come and complete our second caution of the night. Justin Yee's led every green flag lap thus far. Led all but one overall. That number 66 looking very, very strong here in the number 66 Camaro. It sounds like technical difficulties on the part of Wesley Outland, so we'll try to get him back in the booth as quickly as possible. And looks like he is coming back in right as the green flag falls. Justin Yee with a big jump though on Caden Anderson. Dan West Jr. is going to get by Anderson as well. Looked like Anderson may have spun the tires on that one as we try to get Wesley situated back here in the tower, but Anderson, the big loser on that restart, falls to third.
Back underway here at the Richmond Raceway on the restart is Justin Yee again after the cycle of pit stops, coming back out as the leader. Dan West Jr. the number 2 spot, followed by Anderson third. Garber, Frazier top 5. They roar back to speed, opening lap back to turn 1.
Garber trying to pick up right now in the 94. Try to break onto the podium for the first time tonight, but Wesley lurking back there, already back up to 13th. Make it 12th, going for 11th right now. Sean Breitzman in the 46 fell all the way back dead last on the pylon, 36th position. It has taken him just 40 laps and a couple of cautions to get himself back up now into the top 11. He's trying to trace down Chris White for 10th right now in the 46. The defending champion is showing why he is exactly that.
Yeah, they're all single file right now for the time being. As you see Anderson shoot up the racetrack down to the inside, he'll also allow some type of move there with Anderson. Anderson along with Dan West Jr. That battle continues for seconds. And while that goes on, Justin Yee continues to pull the way. Garber, again, got last week, I think he had like a primer paint job, if you will, on the 94. Then he kind of changed it up here this week. Got the black number 94 on the racetrack, and you see that black car right now moving his way, closing in on Caden Anderson for the 3rd spot as they work their way off the corner out of Richmond. Turn 4. We're 40 laps in, Greg. I must be 1/4 of the way through.
Just about 10 laps away from the quarter distance. Having a hard time getting used to Garber being number 94. Now, I'm not at all not used to a Garber being number 94. That was Grandpa Bruce's number for years and years and decades here in the Northwest. Casey Garber, though, the grandson of Bruce Garber, he typically ran number 96. So he's running his grandpa's number here in the Northwest Racing Series. So it's taking me still a little bit of time to get used to Casey being in the 94s. I'm so used to number 94 being Grandpa Bruce Garber, but Casey doing a fine job right now.
Finds with some problems on the server. He will disconnect out on that number
20
machine. He falls all the way back 27th. By the way, there's a lot of severe weather in Texas where our buddy Charles Wooten is. That's why he keeps on eating as much stuff to keep him awake. So, you know, in case there's a twister to drop down in Texas, he wakes up and he's ready to be alert, you know.
Well, we had a freak storm come in about 2 hours before we went on the air here in Spokane. It was cloudy but not terrible all day, and then all of a sudden I look out the window right when I got home from work, and holy hail, it was coming down, and the streets were white outside of my house. for about 5 minutes, heard the loudest clap of thunder I think we've ever heard in Spokane, and then it was sunny and it was gone in like 5 minutes. It was one of the strangest little weather things we've had in quite some time. As our producer's saying, well, thanks for sending it down to Texas. No, you had it first. That sounds like we lost Wesley again. So again, the connection issues biting us here on LSR TV. So we apologize for that. We're going to keep trucking along as well as we can. Justin Yee leading the way, coming up on some lap traffic here in the number 66. One car line ahead. It's Garber's teammate, Bryce Clark, in the number 93. The third member of that team, Briar Reynolds, is currently sitting in the lucky dog position in 27th. In the number 12, trying to fight his way back up and hold on to the lucky dog position. He's locked in the battle with Eric Cheney for that right now. Cheney in the Cheetos Ford Fusion tonight. We go on board with leader Justin Yee here in the number 66 as Wesley joins us once again. Hoping we have the connection issues. One car going for a little bit of a ride there. It was Cheney in the 76. He lost a little bit of ground.
You know, I'll be talking about things and Charles having problems, you having problems. All of a sudden, I just go, yeah. So, I ain't talking no more. I think Charles has got one of the magical buttons back in Texas where he just disconnects my internet. But anyhow,
it's very possible.
We are 50 laps in. We are one quarter of the way through. And it is all Justin Yee. After bad luck last week at Atlanta, hitting the safer wall barrier off of turn 2, trying to battle his teammate, Lake Peterson, who was the proverbial winner, makes the second different winner on the series. The Bumblebee car of Justin Yee, right now, the dominator here, 50 laps in at Richmond, Greg.
Anderson, though, has gotten around.
Oh, we got problems.
Junior. Yeah, Wayne Rick off the pace in the number 69, but he's below the yellow line, able to keep it going.
No
One
caution.
car out of the race right now, no caution. The only driver out of the race right now is Dylan Huffines in the number 20. 24 drivers on the lead lap. Scott Hutchinson in the lucky dog position right now in the number 91. The inaugural winner of the Northwest ARCA Series from Friday night at Daytona. However, kind of struggling here thus far. 36 cars taking the green flag. Right now, 35 of them still on the racetrack.
And again, the Northwest ARCA Series, we're going to try to brought some of these, not the whole series, obviously, but the big races, the special races, we'll broadcast them on LSRTV and CRN Sports. But again, it's definitely hard to try to do that when you've got a Friday obligations with real racing. Greg, I know, 2 weeks away, 2 or 3 weeks away, you're back to announcing real racing again. I really haven't had any time off.
Doing quick announcer math in my head. 4 weeks away for me. I've got 4 more weeks till my
4
opener.
weeks away. There you go. So I'm understanding that the CRN Outlaw Esports Tour event that was scheduled for tomorrow night has been canceled. Just been given this information to me on air. It has been canceled. So basically, the only race we have for you on LSR TV is the Northwest Cup and Truck Series. And that is tonight, obviously, with the Cup cars. Wednesday night for the trucks. And again, that is on schedule. LiveSimRacingTV.com, and also for those that are listening at CRN Sports Community Radio Network, we are CRN.com. I'm Wesley Outland, Greg Rentz alongside Charles Wooten, giving us little tidbits in our ear like that type of information. And Greg, Justin Yee continuing to pick them up and put them down here at Richmond.
Our producer continues to pick up the lemon drops and put them down. As Jaden Anderson, though, he has closed in and he has reeled in Justin Yee. It is down to a couple of car lengths now as they've tried to snake their way through lap traffic. Yee continues to lead, but Anderson is putting pressure on. And remember, Caden Anderson led the most laps here last time the series was here in the fall. So he knows how to get it done at this racetrack. as he tries to reel in Justin Yee right now. Dan West Jr. and Casey Garber, though, not going away. And Garber, as a matter of fact, putting pressure on West Jr. now. Then it's a little bit back to Seth Frazier in the 32 and Josh Marcy, the 35, the next battle on the racetrack.
Yeah, that's exactly right. As we watch him work it back into the corner, down to the inside, Caden Anderson trying to size up the leader. Yee, he got right there to the driver left at the left rear. Just couldn't seem to make the pass there as he's got a shot back down to the inside, Greg, for 3 out of 4. Couldn't clear him as they crossed the stripe.
Trying to get to the bottom of Justin Yee. Can't quite get there yet. Meanwhile, more of the same going on behind them as Casey Garber trying the exact same thing on Dan West Jr. We have a caution.
Wow, caution. Number 3,
there it is.
trouble on the racetrack, and there it is.
Hayden Anderson.
Did Anderson just get hit?
Yes, Anderson got a piece of it. In the 37.
79. I think is that Rick? I think it is.
That is Martin.
Oh my goodness, Martin Tomlin.
Bryce Clark. Oh, Bryce Clark.
Oh, somebody helped him.
Fat back, full send.
Come on, fat back in the world.
And right there's Anderson.
And then Anderson, just a little smidge of damage on the driver left.
Car looks to be in relatively good condition.
It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad, does it? We're going to ride on board with Anderson here.
Go on board with Caden, Yakima native. 2 wins on the series last year. 1 in Vegas, 1 in New Hampshire.
You already see the smoke up there. There's trouble.
There's the smoke, and then
look at this.
Goes high, and right there, just a little bit of contact.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad, Greg.
Stayed out. Stayed out. Did not come down pit road. Justin Yee did, though. Mixed bag on pit road right now. Anderson and Garber staying out, but some of the others coming down.
What is it that they say? That'll buff right out. It's that'll buff right out. It's barely anything bad. They're on the delayed. It's 4 tires and fuel. Caden Anderson in the 62 laps in. He does not pit, Greg. He'll stay out. And let's check in on our buddy KA and see what's going on with Caden and see if he's really messed up his car any worse than that. I think he's going to be okay. We'll check him out here, find out what's going on. Our first in-car communication here on our broadcast coverage. And we're going to bring in Caden Anderson. Caden, Wesley, got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, so what happened, man? How badly damaged is your car? You know there was a wrecked car over there in the 3rd turn. You hit it, or he hit you.
Yeah, well, the caution wasn't out yet, and Justin Yee was in front of me, and I didn't want to run into him, so went high, and I kind of just tried to avoid him, and he ran into me trying to get back on. It is what it is. I don't think I have a lot of damage, but we'll see what we can do here.
I'll tell you what, bud, got a pretty good run going for you here. How do you think things are going at Richmond? Is, by the way, we're literally closing in on halfway.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite tracks that we come to throughout the year. So I kind of figured I'd be running towards the top 10 or so. But we have a really good car tonight, and hopefully we can just stay here.
Greg, you got anything for Caden Anderson? We're still under caution.
Hayden, you led the most laps here last year, and here you are back up at the front. What did you learn last year in that runner-up finish to Devin West that you can transfer here tonight to try to get one spot better?
A lot of what I've learned is just conserve your tires, and we only get 4 sets, so we pitted on lap 30 to see how our tires were, and now we're just in conserving mode for a 2nd set, and hopefully we can play the cards right and be there at the end.
Hey, Caden, last question. Do you think you could win this race now since Cole Raz ain't here?
Yeah, I think I can win this race. I just want to say congrats to Cole on being one of the finalists in the Rookie Driver Development Program thing. He's really worked hard to get where he is, so I'm excited that he get to do that. And fortunately, he's not here tonight, but he'll be here soon.
I'm kind of mad at him because I introduced him as being the winner, and he's played hooky now. He's not committed to his iRacing obligation, so I'm going to get him when I see him again.
Okay.
Thank you, Caden. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yep, no
and by
problem.
the way, if people did not know, it was announced on a show that I'm proudly a part of with Speed 51 in the Bull Ring. It was announced that one of our good friends of the Northwest Series, and that was the driver of
Wesley, Justin Yee, the strongest car in the field, got a black flag under that caution.
Oh, wow.
Received a black flag on pit road. Did not let the leaders go on pit road. He had to wait for the field to clear and did not. He exited a closed pit, tail end of the longest line. Justin Yee's got work to do in the 66.
Well, that is not good. That is not good at all, as, man. Anyhow, we were just talking about with Caden Anderson was that our good friend Cole Raz has been one of the 7 drivers that are a part of the 2021 Alan Kulwicki Driver Development Program. $7,777 is going towards his racing program as we have a caution. And then, Greg, in addition to all of the things that Cole Raz and the other drivers will be running, the 7 drivers will also be racing for $54,000 almost for their fun in a separate KDDP championship.
Definitely.
And look at this.
We watched
Boy,
Tyler King.
He about tagged G. Did you see that?
Take another look at that.
Was that Yee? It was Yee.
Tyler King in the 21. Here's Justin Yee flying through the field in that number 66. Almost gets hit there by Tolnick. Let's take a look. This is going off in turn 3. Stab now right in front of him. Here comes Justin Yee flying through the field.
Watch this.
And right there.
Oh.
A little bit of a hip check there from King. Now we're still green at this point. We're still green here. There's the caution as Frank Harris and Tyler King get together.
So it all started with Tyler King. King bounces off of Yee. Yee keeps on going. And then the yin-yang dance continued off into the second turn, and then Tyler King lost it after contact with the number 11 of Frank Harris.
Hold on. Our producer just made a comment about hockey and icing called on the play, penalty shot. No, that is not how that works. That's going to bug my OCD right there. Our producer's saying, yeah, he knows. That's why he said, I'm like, no. That is not how that goes. It's the connection issues again. Connection issues fall Wesley again. Icing does not, I repeat, does not result in a penalty shot in hockey. No. Hashtag triggered on that one. Aiden Anderson leading the way. Garber second. Frazier third. Marcy and Mann your top 5. Wesley coming back into the booth. Wesley, you just missed me being hashtag triggered for a minute.
I was just saying we love hockey. We love hockey. I called some of the conversation, not all of it. What did happen? What did Charles do to make you mad?
He said icing results in a penalty shot. No.
Icing doesn't result in a penalty shot.
That's what I said.
No. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, we love hockey, we love racing, we love hockey, but icing does not trigger a penalty shot. A penalty shot is created from a penalty.
Yeah, saying icing triggers the penalty triggers me. No. Wesley, have you ever called hockey?
You know, I have one time to fill in. I have one time got to fill in as a PA announcer for the Carolina Hurricanes. And I will just tell you that it took me probably 5 hours just to study, prep, and prepare to say their names correctly.
Oh, that is definitely one of the most difficult parts of calling hockey.
It's That's so sad. It's like John Hickalaka-Pakalaka-Loom. Oh, I love it. No, it was like Bates Battaglia and oh man, there's just so many names. Yeah, it's bad. Anyhow, yes, I did. A lot of Hurricanes. It was a fun time. PNC Arena in Raleigh. Pace car about to drop into the pit lane, ready for the restart here. Approaching about 1 1/4 remaining. Actually 27 laps to halfway. 26 when they come back to the Geico restart zone at a turn number 4. Green flag goes back in the air. Could it be the night for Caden Anderson? Because Cole Raz ain't here. He's out in front in car number 37 and a good restart. Here comes Garber and Frazier and now Marcy into turn number 2 though.
Josh Marcy in that number 35 is doing a fantastic job keeping his nose clean, just trying to work his way through. Cue the announcers jinx, but he has climbed his way into the top 5, trying to reel in Garber, Frazier, and Anderson. But Wesley, now we have some drivers on some different pit strategies right now. So now I'm curious as to how they're going to be able to do it, and I'm especially keeping my eye on the 66 of Justin Yee right now. What kind of damage does he have on that 66 trying to work his way back up? He just took over 17th position from Stephen Paulison. Let's see how he can climb his way through the field. They're 3 wide behind him.
3 wide. Hot dog between the bun right there for a minute. Little razzle dazzle for shizzle dizzle off the corner. That's a hot dog between the bun. That's got In-N-Out burger there fighting for position. He about got charbroiled, if you will, as he had to scamper from them as they worked their way off the back straightaway. Anderson leading the way.
Anderson still leading the way. His teammate Casey Tillman hanging in 12th position right now in the number 92. Dan West Jr. trying to climb his way through the field. He's one of those guys on the fresher tires right now than the rest of these guys in front of him. Talking about that 55 of West Jr. trying to work his way through the field. He led the most laps in this race last season, but came up a couple of spots short after some problems late in the race. As Anderson, Garber, Frazier, your top 3 kind of evenly spaced out right now. Marcy, Chris White has followed Marcy up into the top 5 as well. How about Scott Mann? Started 32nd after not qualifying for the race, not laying down a qualifying lap. Here he is up in the 6th position now. Fantastic run here in the number 90 for Scott Mann.
So we'll see what Mann can do. A good night going for him. Very positive top 10 run right now. Christopher White also, Greg, has a good run going for him right now. He's in that number 5 position, the PWR Racing tree, right behind Seth Frazier.
Stephen O'Hare
Frazier
just
in
caught
that
the wall
purple
behind
32.
them. Yeah, Stephen O'Hare in the 9th position. He just caught the wall in the number 41 off of turn 2 the previous time by. He has some damage on the right rear of that number 41 Beaver State Racing Ford Mustang.
Here comes
We'll see
White.
how he goes. Chris White with a move, though, trying to take a peek inside of Marcy as Dan West Jr. is going to get around Stephen O'Hare for the 9th spot. But Justin Yee is knocking on the door in the 66. He is still flying, and he wants to get back into the top 10.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, he's coming fast and in a hurry. We'll see how that all develops as they work out of the back straightaway. Halfway is also closing in. Greg, as we approach lap 100, see Garber and Brightsman now having this little battle there off the corner. What's your take of the first half of this race here tonight at Richmond?
We've seen
And
kind
by
of
the
a
way,
mix.
that was Mann, not Garber.
Seen kind of a mix, Wesley, as Frazier falls back here to 4th position. It looks like as Marcy's got the nose inside of Frazier, and he's going to get the spot, so move Marcy to 3rd. Kind of a mix of what we talked about in the pre-race, Wesley. We said this race could see long green flag runs, and this race could see cautions breed cautions. And we've kind of seen a mix of that. We've seen a long green flag run, but we've also seen cautions breeding cautions. Speaking of cautions, we've got another one.
Another yellow flag, a visit by the Banana Republic flag. If you don't know that color, it's yellow, like a banana. Caution is out. We'll find out what happened, Greg.
There it may be Jeff Stab now. Ooh, Bill Ross Jr. catching the wall in the 17. Ross Jr. was third in points entering tonight. Oh, and he just loops it right there.
Wow. So Bill Ross Jr. had himself a good 5 race at Daytona. And honestly, Greg, a good run in the points right now. He was one of those drivers we mentioned in a 4-way tie for third. Involved in an accident here, just more halfway to put us back under caution.
Caution once again, and now we're going to see some of the other guys come down pit road, led by the race leader, Caden Anderson. Led about 25 or so laps, and here he is, making his second pit stop of the night.
Pit stop, here they come. And the cavalry will come in. But it looks like, Greg, suffice to say, that they could make maybe 2 more stops in this race, and they could go to the finish.
In theory, yes. We'll have to see how it goes, though, as you see the 50-50 rolling away. In theory, yes, 2 more stops should be able to or make it to the end. The question is, Wesley, how is this going to play out race-wise? Seth Frazier stayed out in the number 32 to take the lead. He had just fallen to 4th. So the tires were going away on the 32. Look who else stayed out. Sean Brightsman, the 46. We know he's not afraid to roll the dice. Here he is getting set to try it again.
Under caution as halfway approaches. We will step away, take a quick break, and we'll be back with more coverage. The Northwest iRacing Series from Richmond when we return, for those that are watching on LiveSimRacingTV.com and at WeAreCRN.com if you're listening to the voice of Live Sim Racing. Back with more in a moment. Back here at Richmond, approaching halfway, the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. On a Monday night, you're home for sim racing, LSRTV and CRN Sports. We are CRN.com, ready to come back. I'm Wesley Outland, Greg Rentz alongside Charles Wooten in the production chair. 11 laps away to the cross flags, and Seth Frazier, the man, digging holes and taking souls in the pallbearer special, number 32. Ready for the field to come back to green flag alongside his teammate when they double up for the restart, this time by the 46, the defending Cup Series champion from Tucson, Arizona, originally out of Puyallup, Washington, in his Camry. Ford Mustang for Frazier. Toyota Camry for Don Bryant. Teammate also with him is the defending Truck Series champion, Greg, of Dan West Jr. That's Team LSRTV. Their other partner, Jeff Stab, now falling by the wayside, currently 2 laps down in 32nd. And Justin Yee and BJ Tidrick round out the top 5. Pace car getting ready to pull into the pit lane between turns number 3 and 4. It does just that. They'll make their way back to the Geico Restone. Frazier on the jump inside, and green flag back in the air.
Frazier trying to get away from Team LSRTV right now. He's a member of Team Ramrod with BJ Tidrick. That's his teammate right there in the red 72 in the 5th position. Caden Anderson back there restarted in 7th position. 6 cars stayed out on this run as Brightsman, remember, had that spin early, finds himself to the lead on lap number 92.
And closing in on this halfway mark again. 8 laps to halfway. There goes the battle of Team LSRTV on the bottom. Justin Yee in the meat in that sandwich, a little meat in the sandwich there, and a slide out of Dan West Jr. Again, we've seen him dirt track it a couple of times already. Works up the racetrack, scampers back down to the inside, and that battle goes on with Frazier and now Brightsman. Here comes Anderson hooking up with West as they go back to the corner in 1.
Justin Yee, though, back to the lead in the number 66, and he has set sail. The contact with Tyler King did not affect him at all, and that black flag didn't affect him much either, as it took him about 30 laps to get himself back up to the front. Justin Yee is on a rail tonight.
And how about Stephen O'Hare as well? Pretty good run going for the man of the 41 machine as he's now climbed into the top 10. Casey Garber back to 9th, and BJ Tidrick at one time was in the top 5 on the restart. He is now shuffled back to 10th as well. Meanwhile, Justin Yee back to the point. The 66 to the lead, halfway approaches as we got cars zigging and zagging below the racetrack. Chris White with a problem. They just split him 4 wide in the middle as they went back to 1.
Jeff Stabnow just spun on the pit road in the number 24. He was facing sideways on pit road. He went around.
Oh, there's contact. Wow. Whoa, is that Bozier? Bozier got into, I believe, Chris White, and the caution is out.
Josh Marcy, the 35.
That's Joshua Marcy. My apologies. It is not Chris White. It's Joshua Marcy.
Being below the apron right there. Frazier has to check up.
That was Marcy, not Christopher White. Man, those cars look a lot alike.
Bozier, the 42.
And there's Bozier.
Oh, Bozier may have caught the wall and bounced down into Marcy. Marcy gets the worst of it.
And you know who's lucky, Greg? Seth Frazier.
And now he gets a chance to come down pit road in the 32, because I think that one made it obvious that I think we're going to see the 32 on pit road. Well, maybe not. He's going to stay out. His teammate Tidrick is coming, though, in the number 76 for some 4 fresh tires. Taking their look from the aerial shot.
Seth Frazier still had some bad luck here. Let's see. Well, he got clipped.
Just barely touched. Getting all aerial coverage brought to you by All American Pools.
Thank you, Greg. You went ahead and done it. Thank you.
Jay Tidrick rolling off pit road now in the number 72. Let's talk about Tidrick, because he had started 35th. He started on the inside of the very last row. He had worked his way up to 5th, but now taking a chance to pit for tires on this one. He's the only driver to pit on this pit stop cycle. He will roll off in, looks like, the 24th position, but he had climbed his way to 5th, so the 72 car definitely has some speed under him tonight. See what he can do to get back up there in the 44 Mustang, number 70.
Troy Daggett, Stephen Paulus, the Daytona winner, also on the pit lane, giving up a top 20 run right now. Jeff Stabnow, Martin Tomlick, Bryce Clark, Fatback also pitting as well. We are 3 laps to the halfway flags. And again, this is the 200-lap race, round number 3 here at Richmond. Justin Yee, honestly, and I'm going to use a line that I know, Charles, you know's coming, but honestly, Greg, it's the truth. He's the pick of the litter. 66 car, the Bumblebee machine, and I could see also teammates. We could possibly see 3 different winners in 3 points races if he wins. In addition to that, Greg, teammates back-to-back, Peterson and Justin Yee winning.
Has really been, he's without doubt been the strongest car here thus far tonight. And how about it? Restarted outside of the top 20 just 30 laps ago, and here he is back up in the race lead. We're going to be taking the green flag, I think, right when we go halfway, so he will be the halfway leader here, as it's going to be starting lap 100 this time. Lights still on the pace car, so we will be taking the green flag once we reach halfway. Justin Yee will be credited with leading at the halfway lap, and what a performance it's been thus far. No doubt the 66 very, very strong right now. We'll see if he can find himself up at the front at the end of the race, though, is the question.
Coming up on halfway, and it will happen somewhere around the restart here, as we are on lap 99. Lights are off on the pace car, so it'll be what, 2 laps to halfway. They'll take halfway next time around, actually. Lap 100. Green flag at halfway. Exactly right. Lights are off on the iRacing pace car. Set up your top 10. Justin Yee, Caden Anderson, Dan West Jr., Sean Brightsman, Casey Garber, Scott Mann, Stephen O'Hare, Christopher White, Judd Wakefield, Seth Frazier, your top 10. We are coming up on halfway, 100 in, 100 go.
I think we may have lost Wesley again, so while we're trying to get Wesley back, we're going to turn up the noise here at Richmond Raceway. We're going to go and listen to these cars roar around. Nope, caution's out. We're going to have to wait just a little bit as we have a caution. We were just getting ready to go to our crank it up, but unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a minute as the purple car, Ryan Maines, has a lot of damage. Trying to figure out exactly what happened here. Corey Walters, we're looking at the Napa 9. You see a lot of damage there on the 12 of Briar Reynolds and the 13 of Ryan Maines. Right there. Yeah, that was them. Briar Reynolds and Ryan Maines having the big contact. That's Maines in the 13. Reynolds right behind him in the 12. Reynolds, one of those Garber's Garage entries. The new team here to the Northwest Cup Series. New official team. Ryan Maines, though, in the number 13, rolling away. Under caution here, Ryan Maines, Briar Reynolds get together off of turn number 2. Oh, it was contact with Tillman. Again, that also set up that one. As Reynolds and Maines go down, just a little bit of contact between Maines and Tillman bring out this caution. Briar Reynolds gets collected as well.
All right, so we are back the yellow flag and just at halfway. I know we were getting ready to some asphalt. I even said it myself, and I guess I don't know what in the world's going on. I'm so dang aggravated right now. But anyhow, we're getting ready for the caution again, and we'll do an extended in the asphalt. We'll try it one more time. But Greg, what is this, like the 7th caution? I think 7th yellow.
7 or 8. I think it's 8, maybe. I'll have to go back.
Yeah.
I think we've already tied the race last year. Go back and take a quick look at the stats from this race last year that was won by Seth Frazier. This race last year had only 4 cautions. So yeah, we have definitely surpassed that. 4 cautions for 19 laps last year at Richmond in the spring. So we have definitely already surpassed that. And looks like, unfortunately, this one's falling into that category we talked about where it does turn into a cautions breed cautions race here just past halfway.
So, Greg, got to ask you, short track racing. We're here at Richmond. Justin Yee out in front, then Anderson in second. What do you think of NASCAR on the dirt at Bristol this weekend, bud?
Oh, I can't wait. I am so excited to watch this one unfold. I cannot wait to see it all go down.
I think Charles is actually going to watch this time because it's in his world. It's dirt. It's in his world. So I challenge Charles to watch Bristol. I do. Truck race and cup race. He said I challenge Wesley to grow a 3rd arm. Oh. Charles isn't negative. Charles is a negativist, okay? I believe he says, no, I'm an Indian. No, I believe Greg. Oh, you're an N and N, so you're no NASCAR. I got. By the way, we were not trying to make anybody offended from the Native American Indian heritage. I thought he said Indian, but it's N and N. He's an N and N. Anyhow, Anyhow, what I'm trying to say is that I think it's the best of both worlds, Greg, because you've got short track racing, you've got dirt track racing, that everybody loves dirt racing, and now you have NASCAR. And I want to see grassroots people and the Cup guys come together, and this could be a win-win for everybody. I believe so. Yes. And by the way, NASCAR on dirt at Bristol is now available on iRacing as well. And we'll have some broadcasts on LSRTV and CRN. Let's try it again. Kicking asphalt after halfway at Richmond. We are under the yellow flag. Caution is out as the pace car catches the field. And Greg, we'll find out what happened. It's Dan Lowther in 63.
Taking a look. Still looking for the cause of the caution. We're not sure it's the 63 of Lowther just yet. Looking to see if maybe we're watching him and see if we can maybe see something. Oh, there's smoke up in front.
Of it, though.
Ryan Maines. It's Ryan Maines. We'll go back and pick up the 13 of Ryan Maines. Was caught up in that previous caution. See Bill Ross Jr. there to the inside. Daryl Tidrick is there. Briar Reynolds, one of the Garber's Garage guys. Brett Johnson is there. Going off into turn
Here
one. This happened off of turn 4. So,
they're going 3 wide. 3 wide. You got to lift.
Reynolds, Tidrick, Cheney, they all get through. Ryan Maines is there.
Just ran out of room.
Just lost it.
He lost it in the middle
Brett
of the
Johnson
corner.
gets a piece.
Greg, do you pit? Do you pit right now? Not under 90 laps to go. Do you pit?
Kind of depends on how your race has gone. Frazier and Breitzman have pitted, but like I said, it just depends on the way your race has gone so far and what strategy you're on. Breitzman and Frazier trying it this time as well. Judd Wakefield, the 50, coming down pit road.
Pit stops a premium for some, hit break for others. Eric Cheney, Big Bird, Tyler King, Fatback Bryce Clark on the pit lane. Everyone else, for the most part, in the top 25 stay on course as Justin E is the leader. Greg, I gotta say, man, I'm impressed with Justin E squared.
He's doing fantastic job in that number 66 car tonight. Very, very strong so far here in this race, looking to possibly have himself a great run tonight.
He would make the 3rd different winner on the Northwest iRacing Cup Series this year. He would also be the teammate, Blake Peterson, who won at Atlanta. Greg, let's be honest here. If Yee wouldn't have hit wall at Atlanta, I think we could have had one of those Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson battles that we saw yesterday in the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 for NASCAR at Atlanta. Justin Yee was running down Blake Peterson. He made a mistake, and that's what cost him the race.
What a great battle that was last night in Atlanta.
Yes.
But looking at Justin Yee, he's making only his sixth start in the Northwest Cup Series. His best finish is a 4th that came in his debut at Michigan back in December near the end of last year. Since then, Wesley, one finish in the top 10 that came at Phoenix last year. Other than that, he has not finished better than 20th other than those 2 top 10s, but a dominating performance here tonight here in Richmond. He has definitely led quite a few laps in his career. He has led, entering tonight, 121 laps in just 5 races, and he is no doubt putting on a lot on that total right now. So Justin Yee leading the way as pace car off. Justin Yee, a career race for sure in the battle with Anderson as the green flag falls.
Back underway, green flag. Try to chip their way through the competition. Here comes Anderson down to the inside. Sizing up Justin Yee. Look at Garber there. 1, 2, and 3. West back in the battle. Man, I'll tell you what, Greg, I'm also impressed with Mann. Scott Mann, with a good run for him in the 5. There they are. Change for the lead. Anderson to the inside of Yee. Back to 1.
Anderson with a run on the inside. We're past halfway. We're in the second half, and Anderson doing a great job in the 37. Clears. Anderson back to the lead for the 2nd time tonight.
Down into turn number 3, down to the inside. Anderson, bottom of the racetrack, he is there. He'll have about a half a car length down to the inside to deal with Garber's car. Garber will now pull the trigger back to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll size up and pull down with Anderson inside of the racetrack. 1 and 2. Here comes Yee up high. He'll take West with him. The back straightaway they go to 3.
Casey Garber making his 17th start in the series. He is trying to get his first win. Wesley, he has only led 7 laps his entire Northwest Cup Series career, but he got that big win at Atlanta in the number 94, locked in the battle with Justin Yee right now. Can the win in Atlanta be what he needs to really get the momentum going? Caution. And it's a big one.
Big wreck. 3, 4, 5 cars involved. I saw Bozier get collected. Peterson involved. Paulison involved. It started with a red car. The 98 started it.
That is a parking lot.
That is a big one right there. Taylor Larson. Taylor Larson, the 98 machine.
Stefan O'Hare there in the 41. Paulison right behind him. Oh,
Bozier lost it.
No, that's O'Hare. 41. O'Hare in the 41. Got loose, fought, and unfortunately, it snapped around. Larson was right there, and they're collected.
I
think we may have lost Wesley once again as the connection issues once again continue.
Wow.
Ricky Bozier. Oh, Wesley's back.
On board with Bozier. And by the way, there you see it. Oh my goodness, Greg. Open up a virtual Waffle House. They are scattered, smothered, and covered.
Nice job by Bozier to check up there to get through that, though.
Here they come onto the pit lane. Greg, suffice to say, that's the big one of the night right there, wasn't it, bud?
Oh, definitely. That is the big one.
The big one has happened.
Strategies once again. Ben Smith, who started on the outside pole, he's going to work his way back up into third now by staying out. Joshua Marcy, he's back up in the top 5. Casey Tillman, the Caden Anderson Racing teammate to Caden Anderson, he has worked his way back to the top 5 now. In the number 92, Greg, looking for his first win.
Greg, do you agree with what Aunt Kathy said? Not everyone likes dirt. Dirt is for growing potatoes. That's not very nice, Aunt Kathy.
I like dirt. I like dirt racing, but, you know.
I love dirt track racing. Aunt Kathy, our producer, wanted me to let you know that you're going to get banned from chat if you talk bad about dirt track racing.
Our producer gets very defensive.
The chip man will ban you. He gets defensive. He doesn't get defensive over NASCAR, but if you talk about dirt track racing, he's not your friend.
Like me in hockey. Me in hockey. Hashtag trigger
penalty shot.
I a
penalty shot.
Icing on the play, penalty shot. No.
No, like high skiing or pitchforking or, you know.
Pitchforking's not even a thing. Pitchforking.
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck is a pitchforking call in hockey? That's terrifying.
Come on, you know Mike Emmerich have used the words forking, stab, probed. He's used any kind of word you could imagine in there.
It's called spearing.
Spearing, forking, stab, probed, hockey, sticking.
Forking sounds horrifying.
He's used that as a description, though. He's used that as a description, though.
What's next? We're going to light the stick on fire?
Doc Emmerich has used that as an analogy. And by the way, you know, ESPN signed a new deal with NHL like for 5 years, I think. And supposedly, Greg, my favorite, even before Doc Mike Emmerich, because I've always liked Doc, my favorite hockey announcer might be coming back, and that is Gary Thorne, who is currently the radio play-by-play announcer of the Baltimore Orioles.
Actually, didn't he retire from the Baltimore Orioles? I think he's available because...
Did he recently retire? Maybe he did.
I believe this year was his last year with Baltimore, so he's free. 7 years. It was a 7-year contract with the NHL.
Yeah, hockey will be around for 7 more years. We got to do it with Charles without no hockey. What are we going to do with no hockey? Yeah, they at least signed their life away for another decade.
Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Enough hockey talk for this caution. We're back under green.
Oh, green flag.
Reynolds up there. He's worked his way up into the top 10 now. Briar Reynolds for Garber's Garage up in 8th right now.
Uh-oh, hashtag triggered announcer. Dirt racing is legit. Wakefield needs to step it up a tad bit.
Hashtag triggered producer. Yep. Hashtag triggered announcer earlier. Hashtag Caden Anderson leading the way.
Greg is my favorite hockey announcer.
Who said that?
There you go. Greg, who do you think? Just give her some cheesecake later. Yeah, just 3 wide.
Hey, we got that new cheesecake in Wenatchee coming up here on April 17th. Maybe that would be how I pay Kathy for watching my niece at the race here on the 17th. I'll get her some cheesecake from the.
You let Aunt Kathy watch niece?
Going to this first race here. She's gonna have to watch my niece because someone's got to do it.
Kathy, I charge him double. I charge him double.
Cheesecake and a Pepsi.
At least she likes to taste born in the Carolinas, in Wisconsin. Or I'm sorry, in Washington. In Washington, I lost my place there for a minute. We about got centered again.
Justin Yee in the 66 was involved.
Wow, Justin Yee is most recently in the last 20 laps found himself in a struggle, Greg. He's found himself struggling 3 wide. Oh, can't do that! Yeah, he got into Ottenbacher. Ottenbacher goes around. Lawler's around. Other cars wrecked.
Involved. Younger Tidrick, Daryl Tidrick involved.
Oh my goodness.
And Dan Lowther has reached the incident limit. He will receive the penalty. Let's take a look. Here comes
Look
Justin
at this.
to the
Sticking
inside.
it 3 wide. You can do that.
Yeah.
He got to the left rear of Ottenbacher and just turned him. Now, if that would have been the Northwest Racing Tour, he would have had to take the tap roll and say, hey, it's my fault. I caused that. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry, Aunt Kathy. Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi as our producer taking a little bit of an exception to the LSRTV car being involved in that one. By the way, some awesome looking paint schemes from several different painters here in the series. We love the fact that so many great people on iRacing have worked together to make some of these paint schemes happen for this series and the Northwest Tour as well. So many great ones here in the Northwest Cup Series, and Caden Anderson leading the way. He's one of those guys painting his car, his teammate Casey Tillman's car. Casey Garber, new look on the 94. So definitely some awesome looking cars here in this series now.
Under caution, 70 laps to go. Quick break, back with more from Richmond. The Northwest iRacing Series, LSRTV, and CRN Sports for those that are listening to the audio call. We'll be back with the shenanigans of the Northwest Cup's drivers battling final 70 lap at Richmond coming up.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom t-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized, I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green. and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, just it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum, requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees.yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Welcome back. No jingle? Jingle? Ready for the restart here in Richmond. Oh, no jingle. Our producer's ready to be over. He's mad at you, Aunt Kathy. Green flag back in the air. Anderson.
That's dirt racing.
Anderson, Garber, Drick, Marcy, Frazier, top 5, back to speed on the back straightaway into turn number 3, Greg.
4 cars went out of the race under that caution. You had Scott Hutchinson, Wayne Rick, and the Beaver State Racing duo of Tyler King and Stephen O'Hare both loaded up to call it a night. So tough break for all the drivers there in that one. Ryan Main's on pit road well into number 13. He's had an up and down night.
But Ryan Maines onto the pit lane with problems on the number 13 machine. He'll go behind the wall. And that goes on. Caden Anderson. Oh, trouble. Big Frazier sense from one purple car to another. And that's Justin Yee going down below to miss him. And we have a wrecked parking lot on the tri-oval.
This is going to change the entire complexion of the race right here. Let's take a look at the LSRTV replay. See Frazier locked in right behind his teammate, BJ Tidrick.
He was in the top 5.
There. Yeah, he's up in 4th right now. This is the battle for 4th right now. See Frazier there in the 32. Oh, Tidrick breaks loose.
Tidrick lost it.
And just clipped Frazier.
And look at
Justin Yee comes in. He got a piece of it. Wakefield caught up in it. Daryl Tidrick's in a piece. That took out a couple of contenders.
Wow, man, oh man.
That took out a couple of contenders. Going on board with Justin.
Let's run on board with Justin Yee. This should be interesting with the 66. We'll take a look and we will also listen right now.
He was fine till he got the wall. Dodged the bullet, but
now let's run on board with a 32. Let's run on board with Frazier in 32 and see what it was like for him. You see him on the back straightaway, closing in behind Tidrick. Tidrick, the recent race win was back June of last year at Darlington. Watch this. Oh. Well, Greg, for the most part, Frazier might have got unscathed with the exception of Yee getting into him.
And Justin Yee has parked it. What a heartbreak for Justin Yee. Such a strong run, and here he is going to call it a night into number 66, as does BJ Tidrick in the 72. Several contenders have loaded it up now after this one. This is going to be a tough pill to swallow for several drivers, including Justin Yee. What a run he had, but no doubt Justin Yee making his presence known here tonight.
And it sounds like BJ Tidrick is done. We'll go to the broadcast booth and join him. BJ, it's Wesley, LSRTV, Sierra in Sports. You got a copy? BJ Tidrick, you got a copy, bud? Understanding that BJ is, are you available, buddy? Can you tell us about what happened? Okay, he doesn't want to talk. Never mind. We wanted to try to, yeah, he just disconnected. He doesn't want to talk. I sent him a message. I thought he was okay, but I guess not. So, I was going to get him on to give his thoughts of what happened.
Well, this is going to move Sean Brightsman into the lead now after pit stops on this cycle.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get Justin, I'm going to try to get Yee on here if I can and get his thoughts of what happened.
Justin Yee is unfortunately not in race communication in the 66, and he has also loaded it up and called it a night. Oh, no, there he is.
Yes, he is. I'm trying to get him. Yeah.
Just now came up here.
It says he's in general chat, wherever that is. Justin Yee, Wesley, LSRTV, CRN. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Man, what happened to you? You had such a great run going for you. Caught up in an accident that really wasn't your fault.
Yeah, the accident before that was my fault. I'll give it that one. I getting impatient. I was kind of frustrated in my position, and I took out some guys who are just minding their own business. Feel really bad about that. But yeah, that one is it's just hard to get through. I thought I could get through the grass, but obviously once you're there, you can't turn. And I just pancaked the left side. 5 minutes optional. I'm not going to drive that around. We'll be back next week.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you. Hey, where's your teammate Lakerson at tonight, bud?
He went home for the week. He just finished up finals at Oregon State University, and he went home into the middle of nowhere where he gets 500 kilobits a second internet. So we'll be without him
tonight. That's what my internet's being. Holy cow! Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, no problem, guys. See you next week.
500 kilobytes of internet. That sounds like me tonight, several times over. Back to racing, green flag, and now we have West and Brightsman battling for the lead into turn number 3 and 4.
Brett Johnson off the pace in the number 7. He was up in the 3rd spot on that one. He's coming down pit road, and the caution's out again. Brett Johnson.
Wow. There's a wreck, though, guys. There's a wreck on the racetrack. We got a wreck. Corey Walters.
I think I saw Briar Reynolds involved. Take a look. Take a look at what happened here. Coming up on 3/4 of the distance. Corey Walters in the 9. We saw him down in the infield. We know he was involved. That's Eric Cheney there. Mickey Bozer. Oh, the smoke started up in front of him. Oh, was that a Caden Anderson car? Was that a KAR?
It was the 96 car. 96.
I don't think we have a 96. Maybe in the 92.
98. The 98.
98 on pit road. Check the 92 of Tillman. I thought I saw a KAR car going around. That would be that car right there, the 92.
Yeah, that's him right there.
It was. Yeah, I think this may be what happened. Battling with Casey Garber. See Brett Johnson going down pit road right there. Oh, and Tillman, it just snapped.
Oh, man.
Frazier got a piece of it as well.
Man.
That thing just
At least the Cheetos car got saved for Charles, you know.
That thing just
He'll live to have a bag of Cheetos again. I thought he missed it. Well, maybe not. Oh, Cheeto the Cheddar got destroyed here. All right, Greg.
What?
Nature of the beast, bud. On 50 to go. And
You're the Cheddar. No.
let me do my job, please. Let me call the race. Hey, yeah.
Under
Cheddar
caution.
Cheeto,
Dan
man,
West
whatever it's
Jr.
called.
to the
The Cheddar.
lead.
What was it called? Cheeto the Cheddar?
Chester the
What
Cheetah.
the hell do they call that guy? Chester the Cheeto.
Cheetah.
Chester the Cheetah. I don't give a shit.
Whoa! Whoa!
They're great.
Oh boy.
Captain Crunch bit. Peanut butter Captain Crunch. I about called you a B word, but I didn't do it. I about did it, producer. I didn't do it. It's it. No, sir. Captain.
are going
all right,
off
this is going
here.
downhill. This is going downhill fast.
20 cars on
Dan
the
West
left, still, by
Jr.
the way.
Yeah. And Greg, we got 55 laps to go, so I mean, it's still
55.
anybody's race. I mean,
55 laps to go, and car 55 is leading the way. Interesting. Dan West Jr. fights his way back up to the lead. Sean Brightsman. How about Chris White? How about James
interesting.
Thurston
It's a coincidence.
in number 2? How about James Thurston in the 2 car up to 4th right now?
yeah,
Very
because
quiet
normally he
run for
sucks and
Thurston.
gets involved in crashes and wrecks and everything. He's doing really good. I'm proud of him tonight. Yeah.
Wow. James Thurston.
Well, Thurston normally has problems, is what I'm saying. He normally gets up in wrecks and has handling issues. Tonight, he's doing really, really good. I'm giving him props, Greg. Come on, man. Up
Right,
29 spots in 4th.
Yeah. He is having a great. Wow.
It's like what Charles says. Charles says he likes me as an announcer because I just tell it like it is. And Greg, we have to admit, Thurston's had some bad races. I mean, he's
Has had some bad luck,
you know?
yes, but having a good one here tonight.
It's a good run going for him, exactly. And I just jinxed it for him. Anyhow, he's in 4th. Bill Ross Jr. is in 5th. Go get him, Thurston. I'd love to see Thurston win. It's now my producer's turned it on me, calling me a bully. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. James Thurston, I was not trying to say that in a bad way. I just wanted to say you've had some sucky races in the past. Okay, not her saying that you suck as a person, but you've had some sucky races. Okay, I just tell it like it is. We're ready to come back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag, Greg, back in the air. We're back to racing.
Back underway. Harris Jr. leading the way. Brightsman to the inside in that number 46. Chris White going into 3rd. Wesley with about a 15-second delayed reaction to a comment by our producer.
He said it, I had to analyze it, and then I lost it. I'm sorry.
That took about 15 seconds from the moment it was hit to the moment it registered with Wesley as Sean Brightsman gets loose there off of turn number 4. Chris White to the inside into number 83.
Here they go to
White
the
had
inside.
Two wins last year for Chris White. Caden Anderson has worked his way up into the top 5 as well. Back
And
up
by
after
the way,
leading a good chunk.
Every day, Jay, we're not on shine. We're just delirious. We do this every night at late. You know, we start talking this way. Christopher White down the inside of Sean Brightsman.
Time. It's 10:20 p.m. Pacific time. Over where Wesley is,
It's
1:20 in the morning.
It's 1:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time where I'm at. 1:20 in the morning. Yeah. And it's 12:20 LSRTV time where the headquarters are in stormy Texas tornado, Wichita Falls.
I was gonna say it's Twitter time down there. Did you see that picture Charles sent us before we went on
I
air?
did,
Oh,
man. That's why I said Texas tornado, and I wasn't thinking of the song by Tracy Lawrence either.
2 more drivers have fallen out. 2 more drivers fallen tonight. Scott Mann in the 90 of the night, as does Frank Harris in the 11. 2 more drivers loaded up. They're dropping like flies here in the later stages of this race. Dan West Jr. leading. White battling with Brightsman for 2nd, and here comes Anderson into the fray as well. 3-car battle for 2nd behind West.
My little Texas tornado blowing me away.
Up now he's starting to sing.
Anyhow, back straight away. Oh, I was just doing that for our producer. Here comes White up the racetrack. To the inside goes Anderson for the lead.
For
It's
2nd.
still West, but there's a nice battle for 2nd here now. Brightsman and Anderson. Anderson wants to get back up to the front, Greg.
He's led some laps in the 37. He wants a shot in that number 37 to get himself back up, get his first win of the season. 3rd of his career it would be here in the Cup Series for Anderson. 2 career Northwest Racing Series victories. Both have been in the Cup Series for Anderson, trying to track down Dan West Jr., but he's locked in a battle with the driver who has more wins in Northwest Racing Series competition than anyone else. Talking about Sean Brightsman, the 46, who won 10 races last year to win the championship.
Yep, side by side there, had a run on the bottom, and that was Brightsman. He tried to run back down Anderson, but just couldn't get around him. He clears him. Anderson will for that 2nd spot. Brightsman will fall back to 3rd, and look at this battle now for the lead. Anderson's going for 2 for 1.
He had a big swing there for the race lead, Wesley, and he's not done. He's taking a shot now.
Trying to go for a shot to the back straightaway. He was there off of turn 4 back to the stripe. He's there inside of West. He's on the inside. Will he clear him? I don't see him yet.
Still looking, still looking.
Well, it's close there, right there, side by side. That spotter's going ballistic right now, telling him inside, 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 inside. He's there. Outside, outside, he's there. Outside, outside. Look at that.
Anderson led the lap. Anderson led the lap. Brightsman able to fend off Chris White. Casey Garber, meanwhile, joining the battle as well as Dan West Jr. broke loose.
Did you see West getting loose, man? Oh my goodness, he was dirt tracking it there. Aunt Kathy, he was dirt tracking it on virtual pavement.
Oh,
and he's loose again. Oh, he's in the wall.
He got the wall.
He's in the wall.
Dan West Jr. got the wall that time. On board with Anderson, who's now going to be able to clear West as a result of that. White, meanwhile, battling the back. Watch it out the mirror of Dan West Jr. Chris White battling with Sean Brightsman.
Wow.
Don't look now. There's Garber as well. Just a little bit of sparks now beginning to fly on that 55 of West Jr. That could be the end of his chances here as we got 40 to go. Here, Anderson leads. West, Brightsman, White, Garber, your top 5.
And then you got Thurston. Good run for him in 6th. Smith in 7th. Paulus in 8th, the Daytona winner. Marcy is 9th, and Reynolds currently your top 10 as it stands. To the inside comes now that machine. That's going to be Christopher White now trying to run down Brightsman for 3rd, and he can't get him. There goes single file, not for long. Casey Garber back down to the battle on the inside in turn 1.
Garber's had a quiet night in the 94, but he has been up in the top 5 for most of it. He's trying to steal one here at the end, trying to get around Chris White. Chris White Racing now in that number 83.
Start finish line back turn number 1. Anderson leads. West in 2nd. There you see him. They're 1 and 2. There's Brightsman. Inside comes White. Christopher White carrying Garber with him. A 3-car battle now for the 3rd spot in turn number 3.
Casey Garber's done a nice job to keep me up there in the top 5 pretty much the majority of this race, and is now going after White for 2nd. Oh, they make contact into turn 1. Woo! That's going to cost them both a little bit of time as Brightsman's able to pull away and try to track down Dan West Jr. again as the battle begins for the 5th and 4th spot. Kevin Smith has gotten around James Thurston now in the 00. Kevin Smith looking for perhaps one of his best finishes of his career in the number 00.
Back into the corner, down to the inside with Smith. Now, remember, Greg, he had some problems earlier in this race as well, and he's got a good, solid top 10 going for him right now in the number 6 position. One of the things that I've got to say as we approach 35 laps to go here at Richmond is the fact, Gregory, that there are so many new drivers that are contenders to fight for the championship this year, much less races to win. We've seen that in the last couple of weeks.
We definitely have. It has been awesome watching these drivers come together. Caden Anderson, of course, we talked about it. If he was able to do the full season last year, he would have no doubt been in the mix for the playoffs. Dan West Jr., that 55 car, I think those tires are shot on the 55. He's going to need a caution to get him down pit road if he wants a shot to try to recover this one. Those tires are gone on the number 55. Brightsman's going to reel him in here. But yeah, you got guys running up in the top 10 right now that could really be championship contenders here. Anderson's going to be a contender. Garber can make a challenge for the championship. Chris White, he was one of the favorites going into the playoffs last year, one of the best of the regular season, but a disappointing playoff run. Guys on the verge of that breakthrough for that win. Josh Marcy, Stephen Paulson got the breakthrough at Daytona. He won the season opener. You find guys trickled throughout the field that are showing a lot of speed and promise. It's been kind of a rough go for some of them tonight, but no doubt they showed, like Justin Yee did earlier, that they're going to be threats to win in this series moving forward. So definitely fun seeing some of these drivers go at it here. I want to give a shout once again to Kevin Smith in the number 00 right now. In 6th position right now, Wesley, this is 15th career Northwest Cup Series start. He only has 1 top 10 in his career. Wow. That came in the season opener this year at Daytona. He finished 9th. Other than that, he has not finished in the top 10. He has not led a single lap in Cup Series competition, but a very, very good run for Kevin Smith right now in the number 00, trying to hold on, get that 2nd career top 10. Could he steal a top 5 as well as things try to settle down here up in front of him? Kevin Smith, could he steal a top 5 if he can get up there?
Suffice to say, Greg, that reminds us a lot of like James Thurston, and good to see Kevin Smith having a decent run for him as well. You remember him a lot last year when he drove the Jags entry. Now he's got new fancy designs and black and yellow and blue, and got a good car. Had some problems at the beginning of this race. Stayed out of trouble. Now he's kind of hanging back, and right now sitting in the 6th position on the racetrack. We are approaching the final 30 laps or so in this event.
Inside 30 to go right now.
That's right.
7 to go.
So again, Anderson out in front. He had to fight there for a while. We saw West stay out there earlier. That we suffice to say, Dan West Jr.'s used up his tires, and
caution's out. This is going to change everything.
I think I lost you again, Greg. Or me. I've lost me again.
Oh, we can hear you, Wesley. We're under caution once again. Ooh, the Cheetos car with a blow up. Eric Cheney. Hearing it was worse just a blow up. Let's take a look. Got loose. Fight. Oh, Garber. Oh, no. Casey Garber having a top 5 run. Gets in Cheney, and Cheney goes for a ride, and that'll spell the end of Casey Garber's night. They come down pit road. This is it. Money stop time. We take another look. We go on board with Casey Garber. The field is making their final pit stops here. With 26 to go, we go on board with Casey Garber. You see the orange car up there in front. Eric Cheney breaks loose. Fight. It comes up the track, and Garber nowhere to go. That's going to likely spell the end of it for Casey Garber tonight. Tough one there for the 94 of Casey Garber, up in the top 5 all night long. Oh, maybe not. He was able to continue and took the fast repair. Garber not done yet. He's going to be able to continue here on this one. Back under caution. Garber fast repair done, only loses 2 spots. So Garber still in good shape right now. Dan West Jr. with a gamble. I think he only took 2 tires. Now, full stop for West. He was just able to beat Anderson off of pit road. Joshua Marcy, though, he stayed out in the 35, so he is going to be the leader when we take the green flag. Wesley, this thing is shaking down pretty interestingly.
Well, this whole thing just basically flip-flopped on its head. We'll see how the outcome turns out to be. I was going to say we're under 30 laps to go. We're going to take our final commercial break. When we come back, we will take you to the checkered flag here at Richmond. More coverage, Northwest iRacing Cup Series in a moment.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Ready for a shootout in Richmond. 23 laps to go. Welcome back to coverage of the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. Wesley Outland, Greg Rance, Charles Wooten in the production chair. Someone's going to get blown away in Texas. A lot of nasty weather. I apologize. We ever use the word net code and internet issues in the drivers racing these sports. I feel like I'm having the same kind of problem here tonight. Keeps getting on and off and bounced on and bounced off, and I'm aggravated, Greg. I think you can hear it in my voice. I'm aggravated. But anyhow, we're going to go back to green, and we're going to try to finish this thing here tonight.
About 20 to go. Here in this
Ready.
one, Caden Anderson may have just shot Wesley. He keyed up and let his crew know we may or may not be 3 wide going into turn 1. Let's see what happens as the green flag falls. Did Caden Anderson, second row inside, just call his shot? Well, it's going to work out that way for Dan West Jr. as Marcy kind of slow on the start on those older tires. West able to get by. This may be what Dan West Jr. needed in that 55. He needed that caution to get those tires.
Oh, Brightsman got a little wiggle there. A little help from Garber. Up the racetrack goes Anderson, and to the inside is Marcy there. And look at this.
20 to go.
Dan West Jr. at 20 laps to go, who literally was running out of tread, hitting the wall, smacking the wall, is in the lead. Greg, that just shows you how strategic the man out of Oregon is. Man, I'm telling you, or out of Shelton, Washington is.
Yeah, but look at Caden Anderson closing in a hurry in at number 37. And then Casey Garber had that fast repair at the bank. He's trying to fight his way up and try to get this one as well. Chris White, Stephen Paulison there as well. Kevin Smith was in position for a top 10, and he is now outside the top 15. Something must happen to the 00 because he may have got a penalty on pit road. He is now in the 15th position. Heartbreak for the 00.
Wow. To the back straightaway into turn number 3 up the racetrack was Dan West Jr. inside Anderson.
Boy, Anderson is
looking for the lead, boy. He's trying Harvest Channel entry.
Wesley Anderson's the stronger car right now, and he's just got to try to find a way past West Jr. And I think he's going to. 17 to go. It is clear right now the strongest car on the track is that 37 of Anderson.
But, Greg, we also know how Dan West Jr. is. Dan West just ain't going to give it to him. And there's a caution, and that's saved by the yellow flag for Dan West Jr. right there. Problems number 7 spun around of Brett Johnson.
Johnson, the Coca-Cola entry. He was up in the top 5 earlier, but had the issues. Big run through the middle. Gets around both Smith and Wakefield. Nice job there by Johnson. Let's see what happens here. That was a big run through the middle, and it just looped on him.
Woo! Lost it around. Went the Coca-Cola car. Everybody else misses him. Have a Coke and smile. Yellow flag out again. What? I'm not even repeating what our producer just said.
Probably a good idea.
Very difficult time in our country, especially even in iRacing. In and in, as you said. Anyhow,
Judd Wakefield gets the lucky dog in the 50. That'll make 18 cars on the lead lap.
Oh my goodness. Well, Greg, 15 laps to go, bud. Oh, wow.
Our producer making
Our producer's calling his shot, Greg. He says he thinks Casey Garber's going to be the winner of the race.
He's been up in the top 5 all day. Into number 94, got the fast repair, kept his position. He may do it. Producer's taking the 94 of Garber. I'm going to stick with my guns from that previous restart. I'm going to stick with Anderson in the 37. I think the second half of the race, he has been the strongest car.
Casey Garber, it's Wesley in the in-car communication chat. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, you're looking good. Our producer, Charles Wooten's even picking you to win the race. You're doing good in 4th right now. What you talk on him at 14 to go?
We'll see on this restart. Outside's pretty good right now. It's hard to get by on the inside because they're so loose. So, I don't know. Caden's going to have to get a good restart here. I know John and Dan got something up their sleeve on this one. So,
can you carry your momentum for winning your truck race at Atlanta on Wednesday night?
Well, right now I could say no. I'd like to, but a solid top 3 would be good for me because I don't really like this track.
I got you. All right. Get ready to buckle up there. Greg, you got anything for him? We're still under caution.
Casey, just saying, that's what you said about Atlanta last week in Victory Lane. You said you didn't really like the track, and here we are, same position once again. So just going to point that out to you.
Yeah, Dan and Sean are pretty tough, so it's going to be hard. I think Caden's going to give them a run for their money, but I'll be fighting for a podium.
Now, do you feel like you're jinxed now because our producer called your shot like Babe Ruth?
No, I think we missed our pitch strategy a little bit there. We should have stayed out. One of the guys would have been a different story.
All right, well, enjoy the virtual ride, the final 12 laps, but if anything happens, blame it on Charles.
10-4.
That's easy, Garber. All right, Greg, we're going back for the restart. Settle them up, boys. We're going back to green.
Here we go.
It's the wrong.
Boy, our producer is rolling
he just
with
called
it right
the shot.
now.
He even called the shot and gave the play-by-play, blow-by-blow with under 12 to go.
Yeah, Wesley, I'm sticking with Anderson in the 37. He has been the strongest car in the second half of the race. I'm sticking with Anderson right now for this one.
I'm going to say Brightsman. Brightsman always has a trick up his sleeve. He'll literally pull some shenanigans. I'm picking Sean Brightsman to win this race.
Green flag back in the air.
We do know this, Greg. Regardless of the outcome, we will have a third different winner on the series.
Maybe not. Wesley Wilson's up there in sixth.
He's
so
in
the Daytona
sixth.
winner
That's right.
is in sixth. Yeah, he's not out of this yet. He's going after White for a top 5 right now.
I don't mean to make him feel bad. To the line, 11 to go.
Oh, contact between Brightsman and Anderson.
Dude, I was telling you. Here
Just
comes
a little.
Brightsman's coming after Anderson. Anderson's going to come after Dan West Jr. And here comes Garber.
Garber said in his interview the outside was where he wanted to be right now, but he's trying the inside right now on Brightsman, so kind of interesting right now. But Anderson lost a lot of ground there to West Jr., and West may have checked out. That may be all Dan West Jr. needed. He won the truck race here last year, but he may be sitting pretty for that first Cup win of the season.
Did he check out? That's the question. They're going to come to the line. We're under 10 laps to go. Next time by 10 remaining here at Richmond. And it's going to get good. Katie bar the door. Garber up under the machine of Anderson. Under Anderson, 3 car lengths behind Sean Brightsman. Same distance between West and Brightsman, and they're all in that battle going into turn 2.
5 wins last year in the Cup Series for Dan West Jr. Those are his 5 career wins here in the Cup Series. Looking for win number 6. Trying to hold off Sean Brightsman, the all-time winner in Cup Series competition and as well Northwest Racing Series competition as a whole. He has 10 in the Cup Series, looking for his 11th career victory in that number 46 of Brightsman, which I'm double checking, Wesley, would be, I believe, his 58th victory in series competition. 59th, excuse me. He has 58 right now.
Whoa.
You got West Jr. looking. Big slide there from Garber, Anderson, but he holds on.
Garber.
White.
Yeah.
White able to hold on.
Christopher
White and Garber
Whiting,
made contact.
Garber. Yes, sir. And they're to the line. 5 laps to go. West and Brightsman 1, 2, and 3. And boy, I think we just like
Caution.
we're caution's
We're
out.
gonna do this again. We're not done yet. Kevin Smith.
No, Kevin Smith. Oh,
Another car involved. Couple cars involved.
67 of Troy Daggett also involved.
Saw, I believe, the 98 of Larson there. Frazier with them run to the inside.
Frazier's in the mix. Look at this.
Team Ramrod cars right there on screen. Lowther, Cheney, Daggett, Frazier, and Smith gets collected off the wall.
Smith.
And that's what happens.
Smith tags Troy Daggett off the wall, then collects the 98 of Taylor Larson, and we're going to overtime, boys. West and Brightsman 1 and 2, Anderson in 3rd. Let me call the race, damn it. Okay, you produce. It's 4 laps to go. We're going to overtime, okay? Overtime. I've already had a long enough day. We're going to overtime now. Okay, here we go. So let's paint the picture for you. This is the rules of the Northwest Racing Series overtime. 3 attempts at a green-white checker. If they wreck them, smash them up before the white flag. We'll re-rack them, restack them, go again. Third time, if it happens, caution will end the race. Next flag will end the race. If we take green flag, then the leader takes the white flag, and then they wreck. Race is official. It'll be based on the most recent scoring loop position for the cars on the racetrack before the time of the caution. I suffice to say that's the best way of saying it. We go green, white, checker, we race to the finish, and then we'll have a winner determined.
First of 2 attempts. Dan West Jr. has not won since October of last year at Atlanta, in which he started on the pole, led 55 laps, picked up the victory. For Sean Brightsman, he ended the season with 2 straight wins last year for 10 on the season. So Dan West Jr. has not won in the Cup Series since October 19th. Brightsman picked up the win into the season finale last year. And Anderson, he has not won since Loudon, New Hampshire last year and the start of the playoffs. Remember, we had a couple different cases of non-playoff drivers spoiling that first round, and it was Anderson, one of them. He has not won since that race. Casey Garber, he's never won in the Cup Series. Here in this one, Christopher White in the top 5. He has not won since Indianapolis last year.
All right, overtime coming up. I want to say we've had 14 caution flags in this race so far, 14 or 15. Doing my math here, I want to say it's been 14 or 15. But then again, I was never good at math. Exactly right, Charles. So. Yep. Members only.
Seth Frazier was the lucky dog in this one. He will make 19 cars on the lead lap here.
Setting
up for our first attempt in white checker, first of 2.
All right, Greg, I was trying to sing. Here we go. Overtime. Attempt number 1.
I know you were trying to sing. That's why I started talking.
We've officially passed 200 laps, okay? We're in overtime. Scheduled
distance.
This lap right here was lap 200.
I'm watching those second row. Caden Anderson and Casey Garber. What can they do, if anything, to break up Dan West Jr. and Sean Brightsman up there?
Singing a kid, y'all. Whoa! Here we go. Dan West Jr., Sean Brightman, Anderson, Garber. Our cars are still in the final 4. Here they come to the line. Green flag. Here we go. Back to turn 1. Dan West Jr. got a good jump on the restart, Greg.
West Jr. able to get up front. He's been so strong on the restart. Anderson.
Here comes Anderson.
More laps, though, I don't think Anderson has enough time. They're coming around to see the white flag this time. If they can get up there and take the white flag, this race is official. They will get to the line. CRN 1 to go.
CRN 1 to go. Final time around the 3/4 mile. Here to the finish. Troy Daggett down below the bottom of the apron as they work their way up the racetrack out of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Dan West Jr. He won the opening truck race at Daytona, and now he has company. Brightsman shoots in the gap too hard. He'll lose momentum. Anderson will go back to second, but Dan West Jr. will win here at Richmond.
And Garber gets third. Garber clips Brightsman at the end for third.
Wow. Dan West Jr. had a shot from Sean Brightsman on the inside. He literally about took himself out, had to back off from backpedaling to spin the car. And in doing so, Caden Anderson and Casey Garber were able to get around the 46 teammate to Dan West Jr., Sean Brightsman. And Dan West Jr., winner of the opening race at Daytona, defending Truck Series champion. And Gregory, now 3 for 3. He wins here the Northwest iRacing Cup Series. His son Devin's done it, and now Daddy West has done it too.
6th win in his Cup Series career for Dan West Jr. 24th win in Northwest Racing Series competition, and he finally gets that Cup win at Richmond. And so strong here.
And here comes
right
the
there.
celebratory.
Top 3.
Yep, there they are.
Oh, and Breitzman.
Oh, wow.
Just hello.
Breitzman says, I am mad at all of y'all. Thank you.
And Bryce Clark joining the fray. There goes James Thurston.
Well, that's where the old victory lane used to be at Richmond right there. You know where he's burning them down, the donuts? That's where actually the Richmond Raceway victory lane is. Or it used to be. It's actually in the infield now. There used to be a time where they actually, holy hell, they're tearing them up in the infield. I can't see anything. Let the smoke clear.
They're going
oh, there's James Thurston. Hey, Thurston's got to be happy, Greg. He got himself a top 5 finish. Way to go, James. James Thurston, 5th day. He's got to be happy. Yes, sir.
Got it done.
All right,
not
so
much else to do.
yeah, let's take a look. Oh my goodness, flying through the air. Come on, guys, the race is over. TheSawBlade.com unofficial results here for the Northwest Cup Series Round 3. Dan West Jr. picking up the win, almost by half a second back of Caden Anderson. Casey Garber will finish 3rd. The slip by Breitzman after Dan West Jr. will fall him back to 4th. James Thurston is 5th. Christopher White, 6th. Corey Walters, 7th. Daryl Tidrick, 8th. Stephen Paulison, 9th. Joshua Marcy is 10th. 11th in the race will go to Ryan Maines. Seth Frazier, 12th. Judd Wakefield, 13th. Briar Reynolds, 14th. Ricky Bozier, of course, 15th. John Ottenbacher, Bill Ross Jr., and Kevin Smith, the first half of the field here at Richmond.
Coming home 1 lap down is Troy Daggett in the number 67 with Brett Johnson 20th. Jeff Stabnow has problems early and just can never recover. Finishes 21st, 3 laps down. Taylor Larson, Eric Cheney, Martin Tolmick, Bryce Clark, Fatback, your top 25. Other drivers that had issues today: Dan Lowder, the 63, rough go. Casey Tillman, Scott Mann, Frank Harris, Justin Yee, BJ Tidrick, Scott Hutchinson, Wayne Rick, Stephen O'Hare, Tyler King, Dylan Huffines, your 36 cars who made the start for this race.
All right, Greg, your final thoughts, buddy. I know we got to let you go because you got to go Betty by time, but let us know what you thought of the race here. A pretty good show here tonight at Richmond, and a lot of crazy outcomes that we weren't really expecting.
Yeah, definitely was an interesting one here in Richmond, Virginia tonight, but definitely was good to be back in the tower with the Northwest Cup Series. Dan West Jr. getting that big win tonight, and it was race of comers and goers as well. It seemed like every 20 laps or so we had a new driver make their way up to the front, so it was definitely good to see. A fun race at Richmond tonight. Looking forward to next week, though, as we get set for Homestead, I believe, with the Cup Series, but we'll be right back here on Wednesday night as well. Looking forward to being here back live on LSRTV.
And by the way, coming up next week, we will be going to Homestead Miami Speedway, another track that's 1.5 miles. Very different in uniqueness of what looks like the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, except a smaller mile scaled down version of it. Should be interesting. 200 miles, 134 laps next Monday night. Right before we take a little break off for Easter, then it's on to the Daytona Road Course, Las Vegas, the Bristol Dirt Race. The Cup boys are running dirt. I told you, Aunt Kathy, they're running a dirt race this weekend for NASCAR at Bristol. We've got one scheduled April the 26th, less than a month after that race, coming up this weekend. Greg, thank you, buddy. Always fun working with you, man. And I will see you Wednesday night. All right, well, he's Greg Rance. He had nothing else to say. I'm Wesley Outland. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will grab a word with our top 3 here tonight at Richmond. It took 203 laps to get it done, but when it is over, Dan West Jr. from Shelton, Washington, who won the opening truck race at Daytona for the Northwest iRacing Series, of course being also defending series champion, goes to victory lane. And by the way, we are 3 for 3, like the real NASCAR Cup Series is 6 for 6 after the race won by Ryan Blaney at Atlanta yesterday. Welcome back. Coverage on LSRTV and CRN Sports. I'm Wesley Outland. Greg Rentz has already left for the night. We're going to grab a word with Dan West Jr. in a minute, but first, top 3, Casey Garber, 94. Well, blame it on Charles, Casey. You come up short. You get third, though, on the podium.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with the third place finish for sure there. I wasn't really a fan of the track there, so congrats to Dan. He looked like he was dirt tracking up there in the lead, but hey, I guess that was the fastest way.
Definitely had a big run for him going, and we'll talk to Dan West Jr. about his big win here in just a second. But, man, was there the outcome of the race? It did seem like there was a time that you really did have the strong race car. Was it the stretch of the cautions at the end that kind of changed everything up for you?
Yeah, and I think Dan and Sean got up there and started running that outside, and it just made it impossible to get back by on the bottom. And that kind of took our line away. Me and Caden were both running the bottom and kind of screwed us both up to get back by there. But I'll take a third out of it for sure.
All right, buddy, before I let you go, thank your sponsors.
I just want to thank Garber's Garage and Coors Light.
And he was the truck race winner at Atlanta last Wednesday night. The driver of Casey Garber, he'll settle for third here this evening. Runner-up in the race, Caden Anderson, number 37, a shot given by Brightsman after Dan West in the left rear shot up the racetrack. They both went dirt tracking. From fourth will be the finish for Sean Brightsman. Also a notable finish up 28 spots for James Thurston with a top 5 run. But Caden, man, if you had another shot at him, if you had maybe another lap, do you think you could have got around Dan for the victory?
I don't know. I really burned up my tires there at the end trying to get back by Sean and get back to Dan. Cautions just didn't play in our favor tonight, and it is what it is. Another second place finish is not bad, so I'll take it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll tell you what, Caden, you had such a really strong run here, man. Definitely. I got to say, you like this place. You like Richmond, right?
Yeah, Richmond's probably one of my better tracks. I really like it a lot. It reminds me a lot of Yakima Speedway. Just got to be really patient on the throttle and keep your tires underneath you to get there at the end.
All right, buddy. It's on to the next one. Well, I actually got the truck race on Wednesday night here at Richmond, but on to the next race at Homestead. And I got to say, bud, you got a lot of momentum going for you this year. Good positive year. You're going to break through to victory lane pretty soon.
Thank you.
Anybody want to thank sponsor-wise?
Yeah, Harvest Chevrolet, Poor Boys Auto Wrecking, and iTech.
And a good run for the 37, Caden Anderson. He will finish in the number 2 spot. And again, shout out to his buddy Cole Raz, one of the 7 finalists in the 2021 Alan Kowicki Driver Development Program, as unveiled by yours truly on the Bull Ring this afternoon. To victory lane we go. Shelton, Washington. Winner at Daytona, defending Truck Series champion in the trucks he won at Daytona. Now he is another win this year in the Northwest Cup Series. His first win of the season. 2 now in Northwest competition is what I was trying to say. Dan West Jr. Dan for Team LSRTV. Congratulations, bud. Man, there was a time that I thought you were out. You literally started hitting the wall, sparks, used up your tires. Were you saved by the caution flag like, Zach was saved by the bell?
Oh, definitely. I think I stole this one. Just got a little luck with the cautions, the way they flew. I felt like we were definitely a top 3 car all night. But we got back there in the back of the pack and, taking fresh tires, you're trying to get up through there, right? And it just, it's scary. I mean, it's tough to try to keep your car clean and get back up through there. So, I don't think we made the best decisions tonight, but like I say, the cautions fell our way and we got a lucky win.
That last restart, John Brightsman there at your left rear, what was you thinking when you saw him cup that you at the 3 in the last turn on that last lap?
I knew he was coming. I figured he'd give me a bumper, but He's a hell of a driver. He drove it in there as deep as he could, and gave up from taking me out and gave up second place. So I appreciate that. He's a good teammate. But yeah, no, it was definitely, we were top three. I'd say Justin, Yi, and Caden were awesome. Caden definitely could get down in the corners. I just didn't feel like I had my brakes set right. So that outside lane was my savior. That's the only thing I could do is get it in there. And like Casey was saying, it was, the faster car could not make that pass on the bottom unless the guy on the outside messed up. I mean, you kind of had him pinched down there. So appreciate anybody that was underneath me and gave me the room and made a good race out of it. Thank you.
For sure. And I will say in closing as well that my colleague Greg picked Caden Anderson to win. Charles, our producer, was picking Casey Garber. I was riding with Sean Brightsman because, like you said, he's a hell of a wheelman and he'll stick it in there and make some crazy shenanigan moves. And we saw that happen. He just basically slipped and couldn't get around you. Nobody picked you, though, but I did say in your defense, Dan, that don't count out the double nickel for sure. He could definitely try to get back around here and change those tires. And I think once you did that, strategy game fell back your way. Thank your sponsors, and congratulations to you, Dan.
Thanks, Wesley. Effective Web Solutions and LSRTV. Thanks, guys.
DW Jr. from Shelton, Washington. Dan West Jr. picks up the win. He now joins Stephen Paulison, Lake Peterson as winners 3-4-3. Next week, it's on to Homestead Miami Speedway. By the way, don't forget the next broadcast for the Northwest iRacing Series will be the trucks as well as on LSRTV and CRN Sports. Wednesday night, 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 LSR TV time. We are at right here, Richmond, again for another 200-lap race. Next week, it's on to Homestead Miami Speedway. All information at LiveSimRacingTV.com, at LSRTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and of course at WeAreCRN.com at CRN Sports. We have got you covered. And by the way, don't forget, coming back next Monday night before Homestead, it will be next Monday night, March the 29th, the debut 3 hours of action before the Northwest Cup Series, the American iRacing League. It is back next Monday night. I'm looking forward to being the voice of the American iRacing League as well as with the Northwest Series 2. Thanks to Greg Rentz, Charles Wooten in production. For Jeff Stabnow, Rocket Media, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Dan West Jr. Bon voyage from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Everybody, y'all be good to one another. Have a good rest of your week. We'll see you Wednesday for, again, more awesome action of the Northwest iRacing Truck Series from